वन्देतं मदवारणेन्द्रवदनं मद्भागधेयाकृतिं शुण्डादण्डसुचालनेन जगतां मायान्तरायामयान् विद्राव्यप्रणतिप्रसन्नहृदयो योऽनुक्त स्वयं रक्षत्यन्वहमात्मनोतिविरुदं वैद्येशपुत्राभिधम्. Just like to confirm once again if I am loud and clear. Could one of you confirm, please? Thank you. So we will continue with the Lubdha-baka-katha. Lubdha-baka-karkataka-katha. That was what we were seeing, which was itself a story that was found inside Kaaki-kanakasutra-katha, right? Yeah. Kaaki-kanakasutra-krishnasarpa-katha. So we will do a quick revision of this one and then get into Lubdha-baka-karkataka-katha. अस्ति कस्मिंश्चित् प्रदेशे महान् न्यग्रोधपादपः तत्र वायसदम्पती प्रतिवसत स्म अथ तयोः प्रसवकाले वृक्षविवरान् निष्क्रम्य कृष्णसर्पः सदैव तदपत्यानि भक्षयति ततस्तौ निर्वेदात् अन्यवृक्षमूलनिवासिनं प्रियसुहृदं शृगालं गत्वा ऊचतुः. So there was a huge banyan tree in some forest in some place. Tatra Vayasa Dampati. So there was a crow couple that lived on that tree. Tayoho Prasavakale. So every time the Kaaki, the female crow, delivered a child, Vriksha Vivarati Nishkramya Kashchit Krishna Sarpaha. So a Krishna Sarpa that came out of the hole that he had made his house in the tree, always came and swallowed up their children. Tad apatyani, children. Akshayati. Kept swallowing up the baby crows. Tatastau nirvedati anya vrikshamula nivasinam priya suhridam shrigalam gatvochatahu. So they went and asked for counsel to their dear friend Shrigala, who lived near the roots of another tree. Right. Bhadra kim evam vidhe sanjate avayoh kartavyam bhavati. एवं तावत् दुष्टात्मा कृष्णसर्पः वृक्षविवरान् निर्गत्य आवयोर बालकान् भक्षयति तत् कथ्यतां तद् रक्षार्थं कश्चित् उपायः. So please tell us a way out of this situation. This cruel snake is always feeding on our children. यस्य क्षेत्रं नदीतीरे भार्या च परसंगता ससर्पे च गृहे वासः कथं स्यात् तस्य निर्वृतिः. So the one who lives, the one who has his field on the bank of a river, and one whose bharya is always has someone else in her thoughts, has attachment towards somebody else, and the one who lives in a house that is known to be occupied by snakes, tasya sukham katham syat. So how can he ever be peaceful? Tatpayukte grihevaso mrityureva nasamshayah yadgramante vaset sarpas tasya syat prana samshayah. Similar idea. So wherever the house where a sarpa is known to live, there is no doubt that it is equivalent to inviting death. Yadgramante vaset sarpaha tasya syat prana samshayah. So the boundaries of the village that is occupied by snakes, definitely there is a threat to one's life living there. Asmakamapi tatra sthitanam pratidinam prana samshayah. So every day our life is in danger too, is what the couple is saying. Sa aha natra vishaye swalpopi vishadah karyaha nunam sa lubdho nopayamantarena vadhyasyat uktancha. So saha lubdhaha, the greedy snake, has to be killed through the employment of some strategy, otherwise he cannot be finished. So don't even worry about this. I have something for you. Upayena jayo yadrig ripostadring naheti bhihi upayagnolpakayopi nashuraif paribhuyate. So yaha upayagnaha bhavati, yaha buddhiman bhavati, yaha upayanam samyak prayogam kartum janati. So the one who is aware and one who knows how to cleverly adopt strategies in different situations. So, and the victory that is obtained through the employment of an upaya, that victory is never equivalent to something that can be attained with the help of shastras. Hetihi shastram ityarthaha. So Tadrik shastraihi na labhyate. Tadrishaha jayaha. That kind of a victory is never obtained by simply fighting it out. Through physical warfare, it is not obtained. So, upayagnaha alpakayaha. So, an upayagnya, a person who is aware, who is clever, who is buddhiman, he can be an alpakaya. He need not be physically strong, but still he cannot be defeated even by the very powerful. Shuraihi api na paribhuyate. Bhakshayitva bahunmatsyan uttamadhama madhyaman atilaulyad bakah kaschin nritah karkataka grahat. So bahun matsyan, uttama adhama madhyaman bahun matsyan bhakshayitva, having swallowed up different kinds of fishes, large, small and medium sized fishes, ati laulyat, because of not being able to control his tongue, because of jihva chapala, jihva chapalyat kaschid bakaha, a baka was killed because he was grabbed by a crab. Karkataka grahat kaschid bakaha mritaha. I am Shrigalaha Vayasa Dampatim Kathayati. So this is told by the Shrigala to the crow couple. Ta uchatuhu kathametat. So they asked, how is it? What is the story? Lubdha baka karkataka katha. Asti kasminschit pradeshe nana jalacharasanatham saraha. Tatracha kritashrayah baka eko vruddha bhavam upagataha matsyan vyapadayitum asamarthaha. So in a certain place there is a huge pond where there are different kinds of jalachara. Nana jalachara yuktam, nana jalachara sanatham saraha vartate. Tatracha kritashrayah ekaha bakaha. So a baka that had made this Sara his home, where he had taken refuge, that is his home. Matsyan vyapadayitum asamarthaha jataha. He was no longer able to kill and feed on fishes. Why? Vriddha bhavam upagataha. He grew old. Tatascha kshutshama kantha sarastire upavishtaha mukta phala prakrasadrishair ashrupravahair dharatalam abhishinchan ruroda. Ekah kulirako nana jalachara sameta sametya tatsya dukkhena dukkhita sadaramidam mama kimadyatvaya yatha purva mahara vrittir nanusthiyate kevalam ashrupurna netrabhyam sanishvasena sthiyate. So he was parched by hunger and he sat on the banks of the river. Sarastire upavishtaha mukta phala prakara sadrishehi. So ashru pravahihi. So he started crying and his tears resembled pearls. Right? Mukta phala prakara is samuha. So his flow of tears resembled a group of pearls. And dharatalam abhishinchan. He made the ground moist and started crying. Ekaha kulirakaha. One kuliraka, one crab, a certain crab, nana jalachara sametaha, along with other kinds of aquatic beings that occupied the lake. Nana jalachara sametaha, sametya. So together he approached this baka. Tasya dukkhena dukkhitaha. He seemed to have empathy for the baka. He was quite worried why this old fellow is, crying like this. Sadaram idam uche, comes nearby, respectfully asked, Mama. So, dear uncle, kimadyatvaya yatha purva mahara vrittir nanusthiyate. What is it that you are not going about your usual ahara vritti? Your usual job is to feed on some fishes, grab them here and there and feed on them, right? You are not proceeding with that. What is the matter? Kevalam ashrupurna netrabhyam sanishvasena sthiyate. You are just standing here with ashrupurna netra, with eyes full of tears and a huge sigh, taking deep breath, and you are standing here. It is being stood by you. So this is bhave prayoga. Kim bhavata sthiyate. Very difficult to translate, but quite a common usage in Sanskrit, bhave prayoga. So kimartham evam kriyate tvaya. Sa aha vatsa satyam upalakshitam bhavata mayahi matsyadanam prati paramavairagyataya sampratam prayopaveshanam kritam tena aham samipagatanapi matsyan na bhakshayami. Kulirakaha tat shrutva praha mama kim tad vairagya karanam. So he says, Satyam, it is indeed rightly seen by you that I am not eating. My usual ahara vritti is not going on. Vai mayahi matsya adanam prati parama vairagyataya sampratam prayopaveshanam kritam. I have decided to fast until death. So I have parama vairagya towards matsya adana, matsya bhakshana. I have developed parama vairagya and I am going to fast until death. Vai and because of that, aham samipa gatanapi matsyan na bhakshayami. So even fishes that are very close, yeah, I am not eating them. Kulirakas tachutva praha mama kim tad vairagya karana. So he says, what is the reason for this sudden vairagya? Sapraha vatsa aham asmin sarasi jato vridhim gatascha. Tanmayaitat shrutam yat dvadasha varshikyanavrushtihi sampadyate lagana. Kuliraka aha tasmat tachrutam baka aha daivagnya mukhat. Yataha shanaischarohi rohini shakatam bhitva bhaumam shukrancha prayasyati. Uktancha varaha mihirena. So I think we have to continue from here. Saha praha. Sahakaha bakaha praha. Okay, so Baka said, what's a son? Aham asmin sarasi jataha vridhim datascha. So I was born in this lake. This is my home. Aham asmin sarasi jataha vridhim dataha. I have grown up here as well. Tat maya yetat shrutam. It has been heard by me that Dwadasha varshikya anavrishtihi sampadyate lagna. So I have come to know that a 12-year-long anavrishtihi, drought is approaching. That is due. Sampadyate lagna. It is approaching. It is going to come. Kulirakaha aha kasmat tachrutam. How did you know about this? Bakaha aha daivagnya mukhat. An astrologer told me. I heard this from an astrologer. Daivagnya mukhat. Yataha vai shanaischarohi rohini shakatam bhitva bhaumam shukrancha prayasyati. Uktancha varaha mihirena. This is going to happen because Shanaishcharaha, Lord Saturn, is going to break the cart of Rohini. Rohini Shakatam Bhitva Bhaumam Shukrancha Prayasyati, and he is going to cross over Mangala and Shukra. Right? Bhaumaha Bhumi Sutaha Mangalaha. So the planet Mars is referred to as Bhauma because he is the son of Bhumi. Bhaumam Shukramcha Prayasyati. He will cross this Bhauma and Shukra and he is going to break this Rohini's cart. I think I mentioned this in the last class that Rohini is a constellation in which I think the star that we refer to as Rohini is marked as Rohini Alpha or something. It's the most prominent star of that constellation. If you take the whole constellation of Rohini, it appears like a cart. And when Saturn crosses over this cart at a particular degree, it is 12 degree or something, and then it is said to break the cart of Rohini. Even though Saturn transits this Taurus sign every 30 years, so once in 30 years it is going to transit over Rohini constellation. But this particular Shakata-bheda seems to be a very, very rare astronomical phenomena, exactly at 12 degrees or something. That is when the Shakata-bheda happens. So that is going to happen. It is considered to be extremely inauspicious. And this Bheda is considered to be inauspicious when the cart of Rohini is spoiled. It is broken either by Saturn or by Bhauma or by Mangala or even by moon. I think we are going to have one verse where Shashi, if the Shashi does the Bheda, even then it is considered inauspicious. So this is a very, very rare event. It hasn't happened in last many thousand years. I don't think this has happened. That is what I saw online when I was just browsing about this. Another point is that I wanted to say, I'm sorry. I wanted to say something. I'm sorry, I forgot. I recall, I will get back on that. We will continue. Rohini Shakatam Hitva Bhaumam Shukrancha Prayasyati Uktancha Varahame. So Varaha, there is a verse of Varaha Mihira that describes this. Yadi Rohinya Shakatam Bhinatiravinandano Gaganavithyam Dwadasha Varushani Tada Nahi Varushati Vasavo Bhumau. Yadi Rohinya Shakatam Bhinatiravinandano Gaganavithyam Dwadasha Varushani Tada Nahi Varushati Vasavo Bhumau. Yadi Rohinyaha Shakatam Bhinati Ravinandanaha Gaganavithyam Dwadasha Varushani Tada Nahi Varushati Vasavaha Bhumau. So it's a straightforward verse, right? Dwadasha Varushani Vasavaha Bhumau na Varushati. So Vasavaha, Vasava is Indra, right? So Indra does not bring rains on the earth. Vasavaha Bhumau na Varushati. He will not bring rains. He will not rain. When Yadi Ravinandanaha, Ravi Sunuhu, Shanaishcharaha. So we know that Saturn is the son of Surya Deva. Right? So Ravinandanaha, Ravehe Kumaraha, Ayam Shanaishcharaha, Gaganavithyam. Okay. So Gaganavithyam, Vithi is road or path, right? So Gaganavithyam, so in his course, right? So he has a course, right? So whatever course that he takes during his course, when if Saturn breaks the cart of Rohini, Gaganavithyam Rohinyaha Shakatam Ravinandanaha Yadi Bhinati Tada Dwadasha Varishani, then for 12 years it won't rain. So, I'm sorry, I recalled this point now. This is what I wanted to mention earlier, that even though this phenomenon itself is considered to be very rare, that breaking of the cart of Rohini, even Saturn's transit over Rohini is considered very inauspicious when it happens once in 30 years. In fact, I read a few articles that said that that tracked the Saturn's transit over Rohini and all the events that had happened around the world during those times. One of the events around 2001, I think this happened when the World Trade Center crash happened. So on. Not sure how authentic those articles were, but just that I came across them, and there were 30 years. So 2001 that happened, and again 1970 some other bad disaster, really horrible disaster happened, and so on. I think there was an article that tracked this event and these events until 1800s or 1700s. Yeah, so there was an article that was available online. All right. So that is what I wanted to share, that this is in a very, it's not considered auspicious when Saturn transits over Rohini. This is clear. Go to the next verse. Tathacha Prajapatye Shakate Bhinne Kritvaiva Patakam Vasudha Bhasmasthi Shakalakirna Kapalika-miva Vratam Dhatte. Prajapatye Shakate Bhinne Kritvaiva Patakam Vasudha Bhasmasthi Shakalakirna Kapalika-miva Vratam Dhatte. Prajapatye Shakate Bhinne Krutva Yeva Patakam Vasudha. I am sorry, it should not be Krutva Yeva, Krutuveva. Sorry, there is a typo. I will make the correction when I upload it. Krutva Yiva, Krutveva Patakam Vasudha Bhasma Asthi Shakala Kirana Kapalikam Iva Vratam Dhatte. Prajapatye Shakate Bhinne Vasudha Patakam Kritva Iva. Yeah. So that is how the Anvaya should be. Patakam Kritva Iva Bhasma Asthi Shakala Kirana Kapalikam Iva Vratam Dhatte. So Prajapatye Shakate Bhinne. So the Adhipati of Rohini constellation is Prajapati. That is why the cart of Rohini is also called as Prajapatya Shakata. So the Shakata belonging to Prajapati because the ruling deity of this constellation is Prajapati. Prajapatye Shakate Bhinne. The same idea. When the cart of Rohini is broken, Vasudha Patakam Kritva Iva. So, as though having committed sin, okay, what does the earth do? Vasudha Kapalikam Iva Vratam Dhatte. So, she takes the vrata of a Kapalika. So, who bears a skull, right? Who bears a skull. So, skull bearing, Kapalikas are known to carry skull, right? That is why they are called, because they carry kapala in their hands, they are called kapalika. So kapalikasya vratamiva vratam ka dhatte vasudha dhatte. So the earth seems to be practicing the vrata of kapalika. Why? Bhasma asthi shakala kirna bhavati. Because the earth at that time, how does she appear? So she is smeared with the ashes and bones. Okay. Bhasma asthi shakala kirana. So mritanam jananam bhasma asthi shakalaihi kirana. Shakala is a part or a portion. So large portions of ashes and bones of people who are dead. The whole earth is full of that. So Bhasma Asthi Shakalaihi Vyapta Bhavati Sampurna Prithvi Kada Yada Rohini Shakata Bhedaha Bhavati. So, like having committed a sin, as though having committed a sin, completely smeared with bones and ashes everywhere. So, she looks like a Kapalika. So, that is the state of earth if this were to happen. Tathacha. Rohini Shakatamarkanandanaschedbhinatti Rudhirothava Shashi Kim Vadami Tadanishtasagare Sankshayam Jagadasheshamupaiti. Rohini Shakatamarkanandanaschedbhinatti Rudhirothava Shashi Kim Vadami Tadanishtasagare Sankshayam Jagadasheshamupaiti. Rohini Shakatam Arkanandanaha Chet Bhinatti Rudhiraha Athava Shashi Kim Vadami Tat Anishtasagare Sankshayam Jagat Ashesham Upaiti. So Rohini Shakatam Arkanandanaha Chet Bhinatti Rudhiraha Athava Shashi Kim Vadami Tat Anishtasagare Sankshayam Jagat Ashesham Upaiti. Rohini Shakatam. Same. Arkanandanaha Surya Kumaraha Suryanandanaha Shanaishcharaha Rudhiraha. Rudhiraha again refers to the blood red planet Mars. Rudhira refers to Rakta. So he is also referred to as Rudhiraha, Mangalaha, Athava Shashi or moon. If either of these three grahas were to break Rohini Shakata, that Kim Vadami, what am I to say then? Ashesham Jagat Anishtasagare Sankshayam Upaiti. So this whole world, entire world, plunge into Anishtasagara, plunge into ocean of Anishta, something that we do not want, distress, calamity. So it will plunge into the ocean of calamities and distress and get destroyed. Sankshayam Upaiti. It will perish. So the baka recalls all this. I hope we are able to recall that this is happening. This is what the baka is telling the kuliraka, the crab. Tadetat saraha swalpatoyam vartate shighram shosham yasyati asmin chushke yaisaha aham vriddhim gataha sadaiva kriditascha te sarve toya bhavan nasham yasyanti tatyasham viyogam drashtum aham asamarthaha tenaitat prayopaveshanam kritam Sampratam sarvesham swalpa jalashayanam jalachara gurujalashayeshu swaswajanair niyante kechicha makara godha shishumara jalahasti prabhritaya swayameva gachanti tadetat saraha swalpatoyam vartate. And this is, it's a huge reservoir, but it has little water. It does not have a large amount of water. Shighram shosham yasyati. Very soon it will dry up. Asmin shushke yaisaha aham vriddhim gataha sadaiva kriditascha te sarve toya bhavat nasham yasyanti. So in this dried up pond, what will happen when this dries up? Once this dries up, yaisaha aham vriddhim gataha, the ones with whom I grew up, vriddhim gataha, sadaiva kriditascha, and also I have always played with them, te sarve jalacharaha, all those aquatic creatures, because of the loss of water, toya abhavat nasham yasyanti, they will soon die. Tat tesham viyogam drashtum aham asamarthaha, and I am not capable of bearing the separation that is going to happen. Tesham viyogam, so separation from them, I am not able to bear. Tena tasmat karanat, because of that, prayopaveshanam kritam, I have decided to give up my life. Sampratam sarvesham swalpa jalashayanam jalacharaha guru jalashayeshu swaswajanair niyante. So what is happening? What is it that I have heard? Sampratam idanim, now sarvesham swalpa jalashayanam jalacharaha. So all the aquatic beings that are living in smaller reservoirs or in reservoirs where there is less quantity of water, swalpa jalashayanam jalacharaha guru jalashayeshu, in bigger reservoirs where there is a large amount of water, they are migrating. They are being taken by their swajanas. Swajanaihi niyante, they are being taken there by their near and dear ones. Kechicha makara godha shishumara jalahasti prabhritayaha swayameva gachanti, and a few other beings and a few other creatures like makara, crocodile, okay, godha, I think it is alligator, okay, godha, shishumara is, I was trying to refer to this creature, in Tamil it is called kadal pandri, okay, so I do not know what it is called in kadal pandri. I don't know what it is called. So I saw that it was kadal pandri, shishumara, and jalahasti, dolphin. Okay, so my husband says it is dolphin, but I saw it as kadal pandri. Okay, shishumara, jalahasti. Yeah, jalahasti we know, Niryani, hippopotamus, right? So such larger beings, they are going by themselves. So but then smaller aquatic beings, they cannot travel. So the baka says that they are being taken by their family or near and dear ones. Atra punaha sarasiye jalacharaste nischintas santi tena aham visheshad rodini yad bija shesha matramapyatra nodharishyati tatassa tadakarnya anyashamapi jalacharanam tasya vachanam nivedayamasa atha te sarve bhayatrasta manasaha matsya kachapa prabhritayastam abhyupetya paprachuhu mama astikaschidupayo yena asmakam raksha bhavati. Shishumara is alligator. Is it so? Because Godha was alligator, Shishumara is alligator. Okay. Some kind of an aquatic being. Please refer and let me know. You can share in the chat box. Astu. अत्र पुनः सरसि ये जलचराः ते निश्चिन्ताः सन्ति तेन अहं विशेषात् रोदिमि यदि बीजशेषमात्रमपि अत्र न उद्धरिष्यति. So give me a moment. Ye jalach atra, and see, this kind of a calamity is waiting to happen, but in our Sara, nobody even knows about this. Atra ye jalacharaha nischintaha santi, and they are not even bothered. They are not bothered about this. Tena aham vishesha drodimi, and because of that I am more pained. Yati bija shesha matramapi atra na uddharishyati. So this pond is going to dry up completely. So even bija shesha means even as much as their seed is not going to be left here. Even that will not remain. Because of that, I am deeply pained, specially pained, and I am crying. Tataha saha tadakaranya kaha kulirakaha. So this crab has listened to all this. Anyeshamapi jalacharanam tattasya vachanam nivedayamasa. Then he goes and conveys this message to other beings as well. Anya jalachara. Atha te sarve bhayatrasta manasaha. All of them, now they are really frightened. Bhayatrasta manasaha. They are all extremely frightened. Matsya kachapa prabhritayaha. Fishes and tortoises, they are all very frightened. Tam abhyupetya. So they approach the crane and paprachuhu, and they ask him, Mama, uncle, is there a way out? Astikaschidupayaha yena asmakam raksha bhavati. So is there a way out because of adopting which we can be free of this? Please let us know. Shishumara means dolphin. Yes, that is what I just referred to now. So it says this dolphin. Baka aha. Astyasya jalashayasya nati dure prabhuta jalasanatham saraha padmini khandamanditam yad chaturvimshatyapi varushanam avrishtya na shoshameshyati tad yadi mama prishtham kaschidarohati tadaham tam tatra nayami. Atha te tatra vishwasamapanna stata matula bhratariti bruvana aham purvamiti samantat paritasthuhu. Bakaha aha asti asya jalashayasya nati dure prabhuta jalasanatham saraha padmini khandamanditam yat chaturvimshatyapi varushanam avrishtya na sosham eshyati tat yadi mama prishtham kaschidarohati tadaham tam tatra nayami. Atha te tatra vishwasamapannaha tata matula bhrataha iti bruvanaha aham purvam iti samantat paritasthuh. So the Baka now says asya jalashayasya nati dure. So not very far from this jalashaya, prabhuta jalasanatham saraha. So there is a huge pond, prabhuta jalasanatha, and it has a lot of water. Prabhuta jala yuktam saraha padmini khandamanditam, and it is very beautiful. Has a huge, there is a lot of it is a place where a lot of lotuses are growing. Padmini Khanda Manditam. Manditam means Alankritam. So it is decorated by Padmini Khandas, by many lotuses. And it has another quality. Chaturvimshatya api avrishtya. Chaturvimshatya api varshanam avrishtya. So even if there is no rain for 24 years, it won't dry up. It is that kind of a pond. Na sosham eshyati. It will never dry. Tadyadi mama prishtham kaschidarohati. So if somebody were to climb onto my back, mama prishtham kaschidarohati, tadaham tatra tam nayami. Then I shall take him or her there. Atha te tatra vishwasamapannaha. Now, having believed this, tatra kutra bakasya vishaye, so bakokta vishaye, so whatever matter was spoken by the crane, they all believed the story. Tasyam kathayam vishwasamapannaha tata matula, matula, so they started calling him uncle, appa, bhrata, anna, okay, and evam bruvanaha, so calling him like this, addressing him like this, aham purvam, so me first, so I shall go first, saying this, samantat paritasthuhu, they surrounded him and stood around him. Samantat paritasthuhu. Sopi dushtashayaha क्रमेण तान् पृष्ठे आरोप्य जलाशयस्य नातिदूरे शिलां समासाद्य तस्याम् आक्षिप्य स्वेच्छया भक्षयित्वा भूयोऽपि जलाशयं समासाद्य जलचराणां मिथ्यावार्तसन्देशकैः मनांसि रञ्जयन् नित्यमिव आहारवृत्तिम् अकरोत्. सः अपि दुष्टाशयः क्रमेण तान् पृष्ठे आरोप्य जलाशयस्य नातिदूरे शिलां समासाद्य तस्याम् आक्षिप्य स्वेच्छया भक्षयित्वा भूयः अपि जलाशयं समासाद्य जलचराणां मिथ्यावार्तासन्देशकैः मनांसि रञ्जयन् नित्यम् इव आहारवृत्तिम् अकरोत्. And he was a dushtasaya. Okay? He was not a person with good intentions. Saha dushtashayaha kramena. Gradually, what did he do? Tan prishthe aropya. So he took every time he took one or two creatures, he carried them on his back. Jalashayasya nati dure. Not very far away from this pond that they were living in. Shilam samasadya, having attained a rock, or he reached a small rock. Tatra samasadya, reaching that place, tasyam akshipya, so throwing those creatures there, leaving them there, swechaya bhakshayitva, nicely swallowed and ate them up. Bhuyopi jalasayam samadhya, again having returned to the jalashaya, jalacharanam mithyavarta sandeshakaihi manamsi ranjayan. So jalacharanam manamsi, so he made the hearts of those creatures happy. Jalacharana manamsi ranjayan, having made them happy. How? Mithyavarta sandeshakaihi. So he conveyed all sorts of wrong messages. And in fact, there was no message from the other creatures, right? They were dead, but still he pretended like they were alive. And mithyavarta sandesha he was conveying. And because of that, these people were happy. These creatures were happy. Jalacharana manamsi ranjayan. Nityamiva. This was an everyday affair. Ahara vrittim akarot. So this was his ahara routine. Anyasmin dine sakulirakenoktaha. Anyasmin dine sakulirakenoktaha mama maya sahate prathama sneha sambhasha sanjataha. Tat kim mam parityajya anyan nayasi tasmadadya me pranatranam kuru. Tadakarnya sopi dushtasayas chintitama nirvinnoham matsyamam sadhanena tadadyaitam kulirakam yanjanasthane karomi. Iti vichintya tam prishthe samaropya tam vadhyashilam uddishya prasthitaha. Anyasmin dine saha kulirakena uktaha mama maya saha te prathamaha sneha sambhashaha sanjataha. Tatkim mam parityajya anyan nayasi tasmat adya me pranatranam kuru. तदाकर्ण्य सः अपि दुष्टाशयः चिन्तितवान् निर्विण्णः अहं मत्स्यमांस अदनेन तत् अद्य एतं कुलीरकं व्यञ्जनस्थाने करोमि इति विचिन्त्य तं पृष्ठे समारोप्य तां बध्यशिलामुद्दिश्य प्रस्थितः अन्यस्मिन् दिने. So on another day, Sahakaha Bakaha, that crane was told by the Kuliraka. So Kulirakena Uktaha, Kim Uktaha, Mama, Maya Sahate Prathamaha Sneha Sambhashaha Sanjataha. It was me who inquired about your well-being for the first time out of my affection for you. Maya Sahate Prathamaha Sambhashaha. So your first talk was with me only, right? Tatkim mam parityajya anyan nayasi, and you are leaving me and taking other beings. Tasmat adya me pranatranam kuru. So today you please protect my life. Tadakaranya sopi dushtashayaha, and that evil crane thought to himself, nirvinnoham matsya mamsa adanena. I am kind of bored, right? Because of eating mamsa of matsyas every day, because of feeding fishes, I am quite I do not enjoy that. I want a change. Nirvinnaha aham matsya mamsa adanena tadadya etam kulirakam vyanjanasthane karomi. So today I will taste this kuliraka. I will enjoy this. I will relish this kuliraka. I will eat him up. Iti vichintya tam prishthe samaropya. So placed him on his back. Tam vadhyashilam uddishya prasthitaha. So he proceeded towards that rock where he was killing those creatures every day. Kulirakopi duradeva asthiparvatam shilashrayam avalokya matsyastheni parignaya tam aprichat mama kiyat dure sa jalashayaha madiya bharena atishrantastum tat kathaya sopi mandadhir jalacharoyam iti matva sthalena prabhavati iti sasmitam idamaha kuliraka kutonyo jalashayaha mama pranayatreyam. Kulirakaha api duradeva asthiparvatam shilashrayam avalokya matsya asthini parignyaya tam aprichat mama kiyadure saha jalashayaha madiya bharena atishrantaha tvam tat kathaya saha api mandadhihi jalacharaha ayam iti matva sthalena prabhavati iti sasmitam idamaha kulirakaha kuliraka kutaha anyaha jalashayaha mama pranayatra iyam. So Kuliraka, he notices the bones of the fishes. So that has actually grown like a heap on that shila, because this cruel crane has been feeding upon fishes every day, and their asthis have piled like a mountain. Duradeva asthi parvatam shilashrayam avalokya. So having seen that asthi parvata, matsyasthini parignyaya, and he recognizes those asthis as the bones of fishes. Tam aprichat, and asks him, and where is this jalashaya that you are taking me? How long? So how far is it? Kiyad dure saha jalashayaha madiya bharena atishrantastam. You must be really tired by carrying me on your back because of my bhara, my weight. So please tell. Sopi bakaha, that baka, mandadhihi jalacharaha ayam iti matva. He thought that this crab is a mandadhi, is a dullard. Yeah, mandadhihi. Moreover, he is a jalachara. He is an aquatic creature that thrives only in jala. Sthalena prabhavati, and it will not be able to survive on the land for long. So thinking this, sasmitam idamaha. So he smiled and he says, Kuliraka, your story is finished. Kutaha anyaha jalashaya. There is no other jalashaya and all. Okay, where is another jalashaya? Nothing like that. Mama pranayatra iyam. Okay. So this is my pranayatra. This is for my sustenance. Mama prananam krite iyam yatra. So this is for my sustenance, for my living, that I am going to eat you up. तस्मात् स्मर्यताम् आत्मनोभीष्टदेवता त्वामप्यस्यां शिलायां निक्षिप्य भक्षयिष्यामि इत्युक्तवती तस्मिन् स्ववदनदंशद्वयेन मृणालनालधवलायां मृदुग्रीवायां गृहीतो मृतश्च अथ सतां बकग्रीवां समादाय शनैः शनैस्तज्जलाशयमाससाद तस्मात् स्मर्यताम् आत्मनः अभीष्टदेवता त्वामपि अस्यां शिलायां निक्षिप्य भक्षयिष्यामि इत्युक्तवती तस्मिन् स्ववदनदंशद्वयेन मृणालनालधवलायां मृदुग्रीवायां गृहीतः मृतश्च अथ सः तां बकग्रीवां समादाय शनैः शनैः तज्जलाशयम् आससाद. The crane says, Smaryatam Atmanaha Abhishta Devata. So you may now think of your favorite deity because these are your last moments. Tvamapi asyam shilayam nikshipya. So throwing you on this rock, hitting you on this rock, I'm going to kill you and swallow you. Bhakshayishyami. Ityuktavati tasmin. So the moment the crane said this, swavadana damsha dvayena. So because of the sharp damsha that he had on his face, okay, on his in his mouth, the crab, what does he do? He has a damsha dvaya, twin teeth, okay, and using them he grabs the neck of the crane. And how is the neck of the crane? It is very slender, right? Like mrinala nala. So the stalk of the lotus, the way it is very tender, and it is dhavala, it is white in color. Mrinala nala dhavalayam mridugrivayam. It is a very, very soft griva, soft neck portion of the crane. He was grabbed by his neck. Mridugrivayam grihitaha. Kaha bakaha grihitaha. Kena grihitaha. Kulirakena grihitaha. Kada grihitaha. Evam tasmin uktavati. So the moment the crane spoke this, he was grabbed by the crab and he was immediately killed. Mritascha. So because of very slender neck, if it is held with the strong hold by the crab, immediately he died. Atha saha tam bakagrivam samadaya. So this crab, he just takes the bakagriva alone. He takes that shanai shanaihi and very slowly goes back to his original point, his jalashaya. Shanai shanaihi purva jalashayam asasada. Tataha sarvaireva jalacharaif prishtaha bho kuliraka kim nivrittasvam kusalakaranam tisthati sa matulopi nayataha tat kim chirayati vayam sarve sotsukaha kritakshanas tisthamaha. So sarvaireva jalacharaif prishtaha bho kuliraka kim nivrittasvam sa matulopi nayataha. So what is it that you have come back and you have not come back with your mama? He is also not there. Tat kim chirayati. So why is he delaying? Vayam sarve sotsukaha. So we are all excited and we are all eagerly waiting to leave this place. Kritakshanas tisthamaha. Kritakshana means nishchita kshana. So kshana here refers to the time. Okay, so they have decided the time to leave. Okay, we are waiting. We have decided that we want to leave. Vayam sarve krita samayaha, nishchita samayaha ityartha. We have all decided that we have to leave and we are waiting for this crane to come and take us. So kimartham chirayati. Why is he delaying? Kimartham chirayati. Evam tairabhihitam kulirakopi vihasya vacha. Murkhaha sarve jalacharaha tena mithyavadina vanchayitva natidure shilatale prakshipya bhakshitaha. Tanmaya ayusheshataya tasya vishwasa ghatakasya abhiprayam jnatva griveya manita tadalam sambhramena adhuna sarva jalacharanam kshemam bhavishyati atoham bravimi bhakshayitva bahunmatsyani. Evam taihi abhihitam kulirakopi vihasya uvacha. So this Kuliraka now says, after listening to them, Murkhaha sarve jalacharaha. So all those stupid creatures, Tena mithyavadina, so by that liar, Tena mithyavadina vanchayitva, they were deceived by this fellow. Nati dure shilatale, in a shilatala on a rock, not very far from here, they were thrown on that rock and they were eaten up. Bhakshitaha. Tad maya ayusheshataya, and because my lifetime is not over yet, okay, my ayu is not over, and that is not in my hands. It so happens that I still have life, some years left to spend. Tasya vishwasa ghatakasya abhiprayam nyatva, and having understood his plan, what have I done? Tasya vishwasa ghatakasya griva iyam anita. So I have brought this griva for you all to see, of that vishwasa ghataka whom I killed. Tadalam sambhramena. So you don't have to panic anymore. No more tension, no more panic. Adhuna sarva jalacharanam kshemam bhavishyati. So from now onwards, there is nothing to worry. Everybody is going to be fine. Atoham bravini bhakshayitva bahun matsyani. So these are the words of the Shrigala. So he says, that is why I am saying alpakayatva is not a problem. So you don't worry that you are just a crow who cannot deal with the cruel Krishna Sarpa because of being alpakaya or anything. Being alpakaya is not a matter. Just look at how this crab finished up a big bird. Kaaki-kanakasutra-krishnasarpa-katha, we are continuing with that. Vyasa aha bhadra tat kathaya katham sadushta sarpaha vadhamupaishyati. Srigala aha gacchatu bhavan kanchin nagaram rajadhishthanam tatra kasyapi dhaninaha rajamatyadehe pramadinaha kanakasutram haram va vihitva tat kotare prakshipa yena sarpaha tad grahanena vadhyate. Atha tatkshanat kakah kaki cha tadakarnya atmechaya utpatito. Vyasa aha. So Vayasaha aha. So after listening to this, the crow asks, Bhadra, so dear, please do tell us, Katham sadushta sarpaha vadham upaishyati. So how can the cruel snake, the wicked snake, be killed? Let us know. Shrigalaha aha. So the jackal tells an upaya. Bhavan kanchin nagaram rajadhishthanam gacchatu. So you please go to a rajadhisthana. Okay. Go to a city and find the palace of the king. Okay. Tatra, or some wealthy man's place basically. Tatra kasyapi dhaninaha raja amatyadehe pramadinaha kanakasutram haram va grihitva tatkotare prakshipa. So what you do, somehow you grab a kanakasutra. Kanakasutra is what? Kanakasutra is a necklace. Right. So some kanakasutra of some dhanika. Okay. So he has to be a dhanika and a very important person. Okay. Like a Raja Matya. Okay. Like a minister. Okay. So you go to his place and pramadinaha Raja Matya dehe. So pramadi is somebody who is not attentive. So at a moment when he is not attentive, sometime when he is occupied in some other task, what do? You grab this hara, kanakasutram haram va grihitva. So grab his necklace. Okay. So some golden hara or string, you take it and tat kotare prakshipa and drop it in the kotara, in the hole of the snake, near the hole of the snake. Yena sarpaha tad grahanena vadhyate. So the sarpa will be killed because of this. Okay, because they will come in search of this Kanakasutra, find this Krishna Sarpa and kill it. Atha tatkshanat kakaha kaki cha tadakarnya atmechaya utpatitau. So listening to this, immediately they atmechaya at their own will, okay, because they are very much interested in finishing off the snake and they believe this will work. Utpatitau, they flew. Tatascha Kaaki-kanakasutra-krishnasarpa-katha saraf prapya yavat pasyati tavat tanmadhye kasyachid-rajñah antahpuram jalasannam nyasta-kanakasutram mukta-muktahara vastrabharanam jalakridam kurute. Atha sa vayasi kanakasutramekamadaya swagrihabhimukham pratasthe tatascha kanchukinaha varushadharascha tanniyamana upalakshya grihita lagudaha satwaram anuyayuhu. Tatascha Kaaki kinchit saraf prapya yavat pashyati. So this Kaaki, so she reaches a sara and she sees this. What does she see? Tavat tanmadhye. So in the sara, kasyachid rajñah antahpuram. So the antahpura here is referred to as a group, means the queens, we can say, or the ladies of the Raja's antahpura. Jalasannam nyasta kanakasutram mukta muktaha. Jalasannam, I think there is a something. Jalasanna shila nyasta kanakasutram. Jalasannam, it is understood that Jalasanna, see, Jalasanna means near the Jala. Okay. So near the Jala, there is a shila. Okay. That is not there in this patha, but it has to be understood as a shila. So on a certain rock, which was near this Jalashaya, Jalasannam nyasta kanakasutram. And how is that shila? It is nyasta kanakasutra. People have taken off their golden strings and placed it on that rock. Nyasta kanakasutram mukta muktahara vastrabharanam jalakridam kurute. So they are doing jalakrida. They are taking bath in the pond and enjoying themselves. How are they doing this? Jalasannam nyasta kanakasutram, having placed their kanakasutras on a rock that is near the jala, near the pond, and it is mukta muktahara vastrabharanam. So they have also they have removed. Mukta means they have removed. They have left. What all have they removed? Muktahara, their pearl necklaces, vastras and abharanas. They have removed all that and placed on this rock. And they are doing jalakrida. They are having a good time. They are enjoying themselves. Athasa vayasi, then the female crow, Kaaki, what does she do? Kanakasutram-ekamadaya. So she picks up a golden string. Kanakasutram-ekamadaya swagrihabhimukham pratasthe, and she starts flying towards her house. Tatascha kanchukinaha varshadharascha. So the guards, okay, and varshadharaha, of course, the eunuchs who are there in the antahpura, all of them, tanniyamanam upalakshya. So seeing that this crow has grabbed this Kanakasutra, grihita lagudaha, so they all picked up a stick on their hands. Satwaram anuyayuhu, immediately followed this crow. Satwaram anuyayuhu, they followed the crow. 745. Why kurute singular is used here? Because antahpuram iti ekavachanam. Antahpuram jalakridam kurute. So this is a samuhika ekavachana, right? So this entire group is being referred to here. It is not saying Ragnyaha Mahishyaha Jalakridam Kuruvanti iti bhavati, but it is not a reference like that. It does not say that the kings, the queens are doing Jalakrida. No. The samuhika ekavachana, the entire Antahpura is doing Jalakrida. That is why it is Kurute. It is clear. It is okay. The verses more or less I am trying to balance. Sometimes they are too repetitive. I am not picking up that verse. I am following Kale, and so at maximum I am trying to be faithful to the Kale edition. But sometimes I also refer to this Wikipedia edition that I shared with you, right? Sanskrit wiki source. So these are the two sources that I am following. So I hope it is okay. There are important verses. I am trying to ensure that I do not omit them. I think we can stop here for today. Continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to see the Kaaki-kanakasutra-krishnasarpa-katha, again the famous story of the lion and the rabbit. We'll see that tomorrow. Samapayamaha. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.